These things here are called eye bolts or pivot bolts. You got two on your front cross member, and I just want to sort of just show quickly how they work, because I've got a great big thick manual and it basically says remove them, and they can be a real git. If ever you have to take these off, you've got a big 31mm nut at one end, and then a castellated, where you take the split pin out, because split pins always come out that easy, and a castellated nut at the other end. I'm going to leave this on so you can see it turn. And the main thing with these is you've got like a thinner end and a thicker end, with a fine thread and a thick thread, and so it has to be wound that way. It's got to come out so that the thin thread comes out, because obviously you can't wind a thick thread through the little hole, so you've got a little hole and a big hole. The grease nipple has got a washer around it which stops you getting to the flats, so the only reason you actually have to take this off is so you can get a spanner on the flats there, and you can see when I wind this, the whole thing moves. And that's basically how you do it. You just keep winding this one out, and eventually the whole thing will come out. The grease nipple, this is hollow for about 2/3 of it, and then in the middle there's a hole. So the idea is you pump grease in there, and this becomes packed with grease, and it pivots. You can see on this side there's two rubber seals to keep the grease in, and on this they're underneath, so you can't see them here, but you'd see them from the bottom. But these can get locked in place, and they can be a real git, so it's nice to actually see what they're supposed to do, so you've got a better chance of getting it all off. On this particular one on Tilly, all of this all ripped and tore because it was all seized in place. I got heat on it and everything, but all of these have had to be rewelded and refabricated because these are completely seized solid. So it would have been nice to know really more about how it all works. So I just thought I'd share my experience of pivot bolts with you, so that if everyone faces the same problems I did, you got a better chance at the start.